Many Arizona teachers are vowing to take their case to the state Supreme Court after a judge throws the Invest in Ed Act off the November ballot. It's a ballot measure that would bring hundreds of millions of dollars to Arizona's public schools. But supporters have to first get in front of voters. And as News 4 Tucson's Eric Fink explains, the teachers' unions are now all too in a familiar spot.
It was like being punched in the gut.
Rewind the clock to the fall of 2018 when the Arizona Supreme Court knocked the Invest in Ed Act off the ballot, citing confusing ballot language. On Friday, a judge in Maricopa County threw off this year's ballot measure for the same reason. Tucson Education Association President Margaret Cheney believes the decision is purely political.
The lesson that he wants to teach has more to do with the walkouts that we did, and that this is just retribution for that. None of the 400,000 people that signed the petition were confused. It's just a shame that they don't seem to trust the Arizona voter to make up their own minds on an issue.
The Invest in Ed Act would pump more than $900 million a year into public schools through a 3.5% tax hike on every dollar Arizonans make after $250,000 a year and $500,000 a year for couples. Matt Byenberg is the Director of Education Policy at the Goldwater Institute.
They decided to sort of play games and be clever and describe it, for example, as a surcharge, making it sound like this was a very small adjustment to the rates, rather than actually acknowledging the fact this was going to nearly double the top tax rates in Arizona.
Supporters say they will appeal to the state Supreme Court. Byenberg says it won't work.
Simply throwing out taglines is not helpful. The unions need to come forward and more broadly be honest with voters. We're already spending nearly half the state budget on K-12. These are significant amounts of money, and the union tries to pretend otherwise.
The Supreme Court didn't side with you 2 years ago. What makes you think things will be different this time?
But I genuinely think that they would really have to find a different issue with it. It's not the language. It's just not.
We've got you covered. I'm Eric Fink, News 4 Tucson.